Well, let me be clear that during the financial crisis, um, there were investors and owners of systemic large banks that were bailed out, and we're certainly not looking. And the reforms that have been put in place means that we're not going to do that again. I would say that although the tech sector has been suffering from a downturn and has had some significant layoffs. The problems of this bank, from reporting about its situation, suggest that because we're in a higher interest rate environment, assets that it holds, many of which are treasury assets or mortgage backed securities that are guaranteed by the government, lose market value. And the problems of the tech sector aren't at the heart of the problems of this bank.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. The New World Order book is going to show you how the world really works. And it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. I told you at the beginning of the year, in the first quarter of 2022, we was going to have an event that was going to bring us down. And then also in the fourth quarter, we would have an event that would bring us down. That's exactly what happened. And now I'm going to tell you, in the first quarter, we're going to have an event that's going to bring us down in 2023. And then also in the fourth quarter of 2023, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, guys, the markets are still going to be pumping and dumping until they get ready to pull the full rug. But I'll let you know when that's about to happen. Now, also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to get re-educated. And also, much love to those who donate to the Cash Shop and Patreon. And in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events. Also, I give you the New World Order cryptos in the Patreon. Of course, you have to do your own research. But this next bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure that you have the cryptos that have utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly up. And guys, do not forget we have CME tonight. Do not get distracted off the fundamentals. And then, guys, we know this week is going to be very, very entertaining. We will get a lot of news on SVB. And then also, guys, we have CPI numbers come out. Now, we have Bill Ackman warns U.S. government of fix mistake in 48 hours or face destruction. And then, of course, guys, we get Janet Yellen that states that they're not going to bail anyone out. And remember, guys, Bill and Janet Yellen are nothing but NWO puppets. It's all playing the Hegelian dialectic. We know blockchain and DeFi is the new banking. We have ISO starting this month. Remember, guys, the NWO calls the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And guys, we know what that solution is. But first, you have to move in phases. We know a lot of these banks are going to fall by the wayside the same way as a lot of these corporations are going to fall by the wayside, because we know what they're trying to do. Move us over to the fourth industrial revolution where the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep are going inside the metaverse. So make sure you're staying in the lab, guys. Do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates that fell almost 30 basis points over a 48-hour period, guys. So we know once this banking distraction is over and yield rates are this low, we know the market is going to be moving up. And then, of course, guys, we had the dollar down on Friday. We have volume, tether, and USDC. And, of course, USDC gets caught up in the SVB situation. And, guys, remember, you're watching a movie. But we have Jeremy comes out and says that Circle will definitely cover any shortfalls with USDC reserves. And we saw USDC move back up. But remember, guys, any event that the NWO does is part of something bigger. It also is a big distraction. I went over that last night in the video. Remember, the NWO are the master magicians. They have you distracted, so therefore they can run money in the back door. And speaking of the master magicians, we have the Fed repo still at about 2.1 trillion, and we know all the central banks are moving in lockstep, raising rates and running off this balance sheet, so therefore they can destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. And we see this done right in front of the people's eyes, and they have no clue because we know the masses are distracted. Tell your friends and family to turn that television off because they do not want to be caught on the wrong side of history. And they have less than 24 months, and tell them the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, we have House Republicans directly criticize Biden administration for digital asset policies. And I told you guys, once the House gets into office, the Hegelian dialectic will get stepped up. And we see how Trump is back on the stage. And we know divide and conquer works every time. The people fight each other while the NWO runs the money in the back door and funds their agenda. And guys, we know while the masses are distracted, the NWO is building. And you're witnessing the fall of America to Babylon right along with the United States World Reserve currency and the rise of China, the BRICS nations, Middle East, emerging markets, and the rise of the digital yuan backed by that digital SDR. And remember, the crypto teacher told you and wrote about it a long time ago. Now, guys, we have Grayscale sent about $17.4 billion on Friday. And don't forget, they're in court with the SEC. But getting over into a little crypto news. We have traders bet on USDC rebound as USDC falls to 90 cents. And as we can see, it has recovered slightly. Also, we have MakerDAO files emergency proposal addressing the $3 billion USDC exposure. Now we have the Silicon Valley Bank in the UK branch shut down by the Bank of England. Now we have CZ from Binance says Do Kwon had the right idea. CZ says banks are at risk of fiat-backed stablecoins. But guys, we know what happened to SVB will happen to any bank due to fractional reserve lending. That's how the banks took over the world. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And lastly, guys, does Ripple have exposure to SVB? And it looks like it does, because we have David Schwartz comes out and says Ripple will issue a statement. And it looks like they're trying to wait and see how things play out on Monday to make a move. But guys, when we look at SVB, when we see Moody's actually downgraded them on March 8th. And all this was caused by high rates, which is the Fed. But we don't have the mainstream media telling you this. They put Peter Thiel in the forefront. But guys, it was all about the downgrade and what the Fed is actually doing. The Fed causes bank runs, guys. And there's no reason why this shouldn't have been on the mainstream media March 8th that they were downgraded by Moody's. And because we had all this free money, guys, and now rates are rising the fastest in history, the American economy is about to crumble. But guys, this was all caused. Remember, the Fed is fighting the inflation that they caused. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, BitChute, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.